Like many of the town's early lumbermen, John O'Brien was born in Maine, coming to Stillwater with his parents, Michael and Mary O'Brien, in 1853. In 1870, when John was 21, he joined with his brother to organize a logging company, soon joined by another partner, James Anderson. The firm did well, and by all accounts John was a prosperous man. With a growing family, O'Brien decided to build a home in 1884. The St. Paul Daily Globe reported, "According to the plans and specifications, the new structure promises to be one of the finest and most commodious private dwelling houses in the city." Those plans were drawn by Frederick Sturnegk, a St. Paul architect who had recently opened an office in town. The home is a fine example of the Queen Anne style that had become popular in the 1880s. The interior, with beautifully executed woodwork, expresses the refined tastes of the era. The living and dining room mantels and the inlaid floors stand as a testament to the craftsmanship found in Stillwater in those years. Almost as soon as the paint was dry on the new home, though, the O'Brien brothers decided that John needed to move to the company's primary lumber camp in Upper Wisconsin. His wife and family followed. "Many a lady," said the Stillwater Messenger, "has found the winter spent among the waving pines most enjoyable and conducive to health." Whether enjoyable or not, within a few years, however, the O'Briens returned to their beautiful home on Olive Street. In 1896, with a growing family that included 3 Swedish servants, John and Anna added substantial additions on the west and north sides of the house, as well as a new porch. O'Brien was a man of many interests. He owned a farm in western Minnesota. In the 1880s, he took up the sport of rowing and later became an avid bicycler, placing 3rd in a race at the State Fair in 1896. An active member of St. Michael's Church, O'Brien played a prominent role in the Catholic temperance movement. His involvement led to a close friendship with one of America's most prominent religious leaders, Archbishop John Ireland, and gave him national connections within the church. It led to what was likely the most important single event in this house, a visit from Cardinal Gibbons of Baltimore in 1900. A local newspaper described the scene.
One of the most notable social events in the history of Stillwater occurred this evening at the home of Mr. and Mrs. John O'Brien. The spacious residence was beautifully decorated with plants, flowers, and ribbons, the colors of the cardinal being everywhere evident in both flowers and other hangings. The verandas and lawn were brilliantly illuminated with electric lights and provided with chairs, rugs, and carpeting for the accommodation of the great throng of people that overflowed from the capacious parlors and reception room.
By the turn of the century, Stillwater's lumbermen saw that their glory days on the St. Croix were nearing an end as the forests were cut over. With the support of James J. Hill and the Great Northern Railway, John looked to the west, organizing the O'Brien Lumber Company with a sawmill on Flathead Lake near Kalispell, Montana. There the small company town of Summers grew, and O'Brien had the chance to build a new house. Although the Summers business was successful, John O'Brien moved further west to British Columbia, where he again engaged in the lumber business. He died in Vancouver in 1914. He was, his obituary noted, one of those splendid men who years ago made Stillwater famed for the strong and virile character of her manhood.